Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Road to Elite. If you haven't seen the previous episodes, then check them out on the channel. Whilst you're there, subscribe. I've got loads of FIFA videos on there with loads more coming up, including lots of new series you won't have seen on any other channel before. I'm also thinking of doing a giveaway soon for subscribers only, probably if I hit 250 subs, so subscribing would make you eligible for that, as well as helping me bring that giveaway to you quicker. If you do want me to do that giveaway, then leave a like on this video as well. So if you haven't seen any of this series already, check out the first episode to see an in-depth run through the rules. The aim is getting Elite Monthly and FUT Champions while starting with a very basic 75 rated team, which can only be upgraded by winning games and can be downgraded by losing games. Every win gains me 2 improvement points, and every loss -1 improvement point. At the end of each episode, which is 5 matches long, the improvement point tallied up and applied to the team at the beginning. Right then guys, so welcome to another episode. We're on episode 9 now, so this is going to be a new weekend. So after the last one we finished on 22 wins, which very happy with. So yeah, this next weekend league is going to be a bit different though. There's going to have to be some rule changes to this series, which I will be getting into any minute now. So yeah, the problem is, actually first let me I'll go through just go through the performance so far. So we had 22 wins from our 40 games to begin with, so very happy with that. Because the ultimate goal of the series is to finish Elite in the month. So that way we get the Elite Monthly rewards. So 11 or 12 red informs we get from that. So that is the ultimate goal. So we need 112 wins in total to get that goal. So with 160 games remaining, it averaged out to 22 wins per week, with 23 for 2 of them. So 22 wins with what will probably be our weakest team at any point during the series is pretty good going. Now the problem for this for this weekend is there's some entry requirements, as I just showed. It was a maximum of 3 nationalities in your side. So considering this is the team I was rocking with, it's not going to work, so I had to make some changes. So first up, I was going to bring in Davis for Mori, so we get the English nationality still going. Masuaku is coming in at left back for Van Aanholt. And then I was told, Wanyama had to go out then as well. So I decided to bring in Fellaini for him, because he's still the Belgian, because I wanted to keep Kabasele in the team. Then it was between France and Holland which country that I kept in, which nationality. I decided to keep France in so I can keep Kante in the team, and Pied has been doing quite well for me. So that's why Van Aanholt got switched out, and then I brought in Ali at Cam. And the reason I could do that, is because I had 4 improvement points left over from the previous episode. So now the team you're seeing, and you're probably thinking, wow, that is a shit team. What I decided to do is I'm going to have 2 teams running from now on, because the price of fitness cards and all that is mental. I can't be doing that every weekend. Your players need a fitness card like every 2 games. That's like 20 of the fitness cards, and they go for like over 1,000 coins a lot of the time. So that's just too many coins for me to be wasting, because I don't have that many to begin with. So I decided to build. So what I decided to do is I'm going to have 2 teams running. So the second team is going to be starting on the basic 75 rating, like my first team did in the very first episode of the series. So going through all the 75 rated players on the game, it was like between the French league and the German league for the most options. So I thought, why not make a hybrid, combine the 2? So I've gone for a French Ligue 1 and Bundesliga hybrid. There's some really good players in here. Werner up front looks quality at his rating. Darbo, people know I really like already. Brzezinski at right back, brilliant. yeah, and then a few of the others are a bit meh, but I wanted to get Darbo in the team, and then I found players like Werner and Brzezinski, so that's why I decided to combine the two. So, and then it's Keita is the right centre midfielder, so his nationality is the one, like the odd one, along with the French and the German. So it works exactly the same. I'll be alternating between the two teams. At the moment, I'm going to play two games with my main team, and then when they need fitness, I'll play one match with the weak team, and then switch back to the main team. So I'm mainly still using the main team, but it's a way that the fitness can I can improve fitness and things without having to buy a bunch of fitness cards, because it was getting way too expensive for me to do that. I'm not made of coins or anything. I don't have a massive amount to work with. I've got a decent amount, just I don't use FIFA points or anything like that. I've said that plenty of times in the past. So I only got coins that I've that I've earned to work with. So yes, I'll be playing two matches with the main team, then one alternate in with the with my fitness team. So the first match, as you've just seen on the screen, is we got a bit lucky. When you look at those stats, we did win 1-0. And in case 68% possession is massive, isn't it? But I didn't want to. I'm showing you the what would you call that? Like the areas of possession in the match, because I didn't want people thinking I've just been passing the ball around at the back, which I hadn't. I had the ball being at the back in my part of the pitch less than it had in his part of the pitch, so I wasn't wasn't being a dick or anything, because I complain about people doing that. So this second game will be giving our fitness team its debut, and frustratingly we come up against this team with some really good players in it, a really solid Premier League team, but this one was it was really tight. I was trying not to lose. I was trying to keep it tight on purpose, because it is a really weak team. But we had the best chance of the match right at the end there, with Werner. And if you look at those stats, we were definitely on top in this one. Just couldn't find the goal. Into extra time though, we brought off the main man in Barbo from the bench, and he put us 1-0 up. Got very lucky, nicking the ball off the defender. He was probably present to clear it. I know when we get lucky. I'm not going to fault it, because here as well, how that ball didn't go out of play, and we were able to just pass it across, and Werner finished it off for 2-0. So we actually picked up a win with our weak team, so I was really chuffed with that. And a great start to the weekend as well, 2 wins from 2. And there's no way I didn't deserve to win that match. I know I got lucky with the goals, but there's no way I deserved to lose. 11 shots, 9 on target to his 2 shots, and none on target. So we started this one in great form, 2 wins from 2, up to bronze 2 already, and things are looking good. So switching back now to the first team. This is probably how I'm gonna do the series. I'm gonna, if I show you my lineup before a match, that's because I've switched over to that team. So we're back to our main team for this one, a full Brazilian team. So because of the nationality, God, my vocab is awful today. The word's gone, sorry. Anyway, because there's the limit to the nationalities you can use, we're coming up against a lot of teams that are full nationalities. So you're going to come up against loads of French teams, coming up against this Brazilian team. You look really nice. So it was a nice change coming up against these teams, but luckily, things were just working well for us. Kante scored that 1 goal from outside. I don't know why, but his long shots are really, really good for me. Wilson made it 3-0. Really, 3-0 was unfair. You look at those stats, he did have more shots than me, so winning 3-0 was a flattering scoreline. But I did put my chances away. So yeah, we're up to 3 wins now, and then we come up against this team. Very odd team to come up against in the weekend league, which is what I really like. I was worried though, because when you do come up against these teams that look weak, the player tends to be very good. But in the 45th minute we did take the lead. Some really nice link-up play with Henderson bombing through, and then that finish is ridiculous, right in the top corner from him. Into the second half, Pied went on a little mazy run before that pass was played through. Can't remember if I meant to make that pass, and then Gray's shot off the post came straight back to Pied, who finished an open goal chance to make it 2-0. So this weekend was, this episode in particular, things were just started, we were getting a lot of luck. I say luck, we were deserving to win these matches, but we were getting fortunate with bounces and things. That one, whether he meant to try to pass it to the guy, I was stood right in front, I don't know. Gray's finish was right in the top corner, no keeper would have saved that. Yeah, things were just working really well for us, and clearly I felt sorry for my opponent in this one. He definitely was not getting, like, the bounces just weren't falling for him. So he did rage quit at 3-0. He was doing alright with those, like, 6 shots, 4 on target. I did have all the possession, but he was using a weak team, so I do applaud people who decide to use teams like that. It's always good to use. So we're actually on 4 wins now, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, this could be we're on course for possibly our first 100% episode, 5 wins from 5. I had to use the weak team for this one, the fitness team, because my Premier League team were knackered. And we came against this Italian team, well, Serie A team, I suppose, with Balotelli in, whichever way you want to work, Italian with those 2 other nationalities or not. And this guy was decent. The problem with this team, like, we've got like that 75 rated goalkeeper who's poor. So in that first match, we weren't conceding many shots. But this one, ball fell to inform Balotelli just outside the box. All he had to do was shoot and he was going to score. He made it 2-0 fairly late on. We were doing alright in this one, but the team definitely does have its major issues. He was able to square it across for Balotelli, finish it off, and yeah, deserved defeat, I would say. He was definitely the better team in that one. So we do finish the episode on 4 wins from 5. We didn't get the 100%, but I can't be disappointed with that. 4 wins from 5 is really decent. Particularly considering 2 of those 5 games we used that team full of 75 rated players. So yeah, so 4 wins. The 4 wins give us 8 improvement points, but then we have to take 1 off for the defeat. So we're sitting on 7 improvement points, which is pretty decent. I guess the one issue now, though, with me running 2 teams is I'm going to have to use most of my improvement points on this weak team, because I really need to bump it up. Because let's be honest, it's not good enough long term. I got 1 win, 1 defeat with it so far, but I can't see myself winning loads of games with it. So I think a lot of improvement points will have to go on this team, because that Premier League team I used, yeah, it won all 3 games I used with it. It's going alright, it's working quite well, so I probably won't waste many improvement points on it. Maybe the odd one here and there if there's a player I really want. But I think my priority should be trying to bump this fitness team up first. So that's what I will be doing. As always, the improvement points will be tallied up. Sorry, not tallied up. The improvement points will be used up at the start of the next episode. I'll show you guys what changes I'm making. And you guys, yeah, but you can always let me know in the comments what changes you guys would make. Maybe you could have come up with a much better 75 rated team. If you do, you can leave that in the comments for me, because I might be doing I really would like to do a second series of this. So I'll need a starter team and things, so if you guys can come up with a better one, then leave it in the comments for me. You can leave me a link to a Foothead, Footwiz, whatever, whichever one you like using, or you could just manually type them in the comments. Either would be great. That's going to be it for this episode. The changes will be at the start of the next one. I hope you guys are okay with me changing the rules at the bit for 2 teams, because it was not like it wasn't economical or affordable doing it the other way. There was no way I could there was no way I could afford it in the long run. If I was having to spend 20,000 on fitness cards every weekend, then it's... Because if I want to improve my team with the best players, there's no way it could be done. Because I'm spending 20 grand on these cards, these fitness cards, every weekend. So then that kind of... you get roughly about... How many coins do you get roughly for a match? Is it about 500 or 700? I can't remember. Call it 500 for now. Over 40 games. So you're looking at about 20,000 coins you get from matches. So I'm making no coins from the matches. So it's just whatever I get for the reward at the end. So if I want to use the top players in this series, I'm only making 40 grand a weekend if I get or 45 grand a weekend if I get gold 2, which is about what I need to average. So there's no way they'll get to the point where I can't even improve my team because I can't afford anyone. So I know this way means I'm also less likely to get the best players into my team unless I just use this 75 rated team. I don't improve on it, but I don't think that's the best way to go about it, because I had to use this team twice this episode. So if that's how it averages out 2 times an episode, I'm using it like 16, call it 15 times. Roughly, I don't know. It should average out that I use it about 10 times. Is that right? 4 to 1. Sorry, doing the maths in my head. If I every 3 games, I'm using this one twice. I'm using my main team twice and this one once. I'll be using it quite a lot throughout a weekend, so I really should improve on it. But if you guys don't like this rule change, then let me know in the comments. I couldn't think of a better way around it. This way also means I get to use a lot more different players, get to test them out, let you guys know who's good, who's not. From this current team that I'm using, Werner, he started alright. He's pretty decent. Gondorf is the cam, and I was pretty happy with him. I'd rather him at centre midfield, but there was a real lack of cams in the Bundesliga or French league at 75 rated. So I wanted to use him. I had to play him at cam because I couldn't really fit him in otherwise. But he actually did alright. Darbo's fantastic as always. And then, no one else of note really. Brzezinski, at right back is very solid. The rest are kind of they're alright, but I'm going to improve on them. So with my 7 improvement points, I'm not sure where I'll start with. The keeper definitely needs improving. Probably Nolan Rowe, who's the other striker. He was pretty weak. I did struggle with him. He's got no pace or anything. It's like 70 or something like that. So I might change him up, but if I change him up, I've got to change quite a bit of the team up, because I can't just put any old, because there's a perfect link currently to Darbo. So I will have to tinker with it quite a bit if I'm going to change him up. So I need to go away and think about that. I'll let you guys know at the start of the next episode what I've done. I hope you did enjoy this episode. Leave a like if you did. And subscribe for lots more FIFA videos. Got lots more coming out. Lots of new series lined up as well. Lots of squad builders, things like that. Next episode for this series should be a couple of days' time, probably. And I hope you guys come back for that one. I hope you're enjoying them, and I hope you enjoyed this one too. So thanks for watching, guys.